secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me then.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, alright? Today what I'm going to do is show you a build that can basically do everything at a high rate. It's like a really gritty, like, you know, my man Hart from the Knicks, or maybe like a Sean Marion if you're older. You know, just like a junkyard dog type, you know, do all the dirty, nasty work, right? But I made them like Super Saiyan, makes you like you could do, but it's at a higher clip. So 6'7", 216 pounds, it's maxed out 7-foot wingspan, right? Now check this build out, man, and I want y'all to look across and tell me, where do y'all see the massive glaring weaknesses? And the thing is that there's not. But what I want to point out off rip is the fact that this build has 80 offensive rebound, 85 defensive, with 80 strength. So that means, you heard me correctly, you're able to get Paint Surgeon and Crasher as a takeover. And you can just use that as your takeover. And then you can have whatever other attributes you want to have. So just looking at something like this, Board Beast, you'll be able to have a 90 defensive rebound, an 85 offensive rebound. You already have a standing dunk that gives you the rise up on silver. So you already have a high standing dunk. So just imagine on the Crasher take, it improves box out success to secure more rebounds, unleash effective and powerful screens that can catch unsuspected defenders off guard. You could use this build as a small center with Crasher take in the park. And a lot of people, I have not seen anybody do anything like this. Okay, I have not seen people get a build like this. I see people get smaller builds and run around with 3 guards. But imagine having a guard like this, but still having the ability to get Crasher takeover. Okay, now you have an 80 post control with 80 mid-range. So we can come over here to mid-range, and you can see you still get post fade and phenom on gold, right? You come over here to strength, you see you get post powerhouse on silver. You also will get come over here to post control. It's better to do over here. You see right here you get post up poet on silver. So you're able to work in the post. You can max plus 1 or 2 of these to get this to gold or Hall of Fame. And again, I'm not trying to say that there's a lot of you that like working in the post, but what I'm saying is that you can get the rebound, drop step somebody, post spin them, and get an easy bucket under the basket. It does not require that much skill to be able to do that. Also, you have an 88 driving dunk. Use cap breakers here to get to a 93 driving dunk to unlock those elite packages. You have an 87 close shot, so that gives you post hook and float game on gold, right? You have an 80 driving layup, right? Again, max plus 1 or 2 that physical finisher to get that on gold or Hall of Fame. All right, 3-point shot, you got a limitless range on silver, so you can upgrade that if you wanted to, or just keep it the same. Your set shot specialist, you can get that to Hall of Fame or gold if you wanted to. You have an 80 mid-range, that is for your post fade phenom, right? Now, the playmaking portion, you already know that's gonna be cap broken. And this is what's gonna make this build just absurd, in my opinion. Like, absolutely absurd. Because when people look at this build, they're gonna be like, bro, like, what the hell? Like, this build is absolutely crazy. Because it is. It's absolutely insane by why you can pull this off. And then let's talk about the defense. A very high interior defense gives you post lockdown on silver, okay? You have an 85 perimeter defense. So you have on-ball menace, challenger, pick dodger, all on silver. And of course, you can upgrade those to gold, Hall of Fame if you wanted to. You have a 79 steal. You can use a max plus 1 to get the interceptor on gold. And then, of course, on your block, you have a high flyer now on silver, and you have paint patroller on bronze. Okay? Talked about that ridiculous high rebounding that you have. 80 speed, 80 agility, 80 strength. Remember, this is a brick house type build. So, you kind of have to pick and choose where you want to go crazy on the physicals. But I felt like the strength, obviously the vert we needed for that posterizer, but the agility and speed is still going to be really strong enough. And the cool thing is, with this build being 6'6", when you go on the rec, it's probably going to slide you at power forward, and you're going to be an absolute mismatch nightmare if you get teamed up against another taller, like a 7-foot center or a 6'11" or something like that. You know, like the power forward position in the rec, you just get like a gumbo of different type of flavors at that position. I mean, you will basically get, if you're at small forward, it can push you down. Now, here's the thing. You can make this build at shooting guard, okay? Because that's how Josh Hart is. Josh Hart is a shooting guard, but he's 6'4", but he kind of plays like, you know, their power forward. Like, he does a lot of just gritty stuff down low. He just does everything. So you could move this build to shooting guard. And then what it will do is, it will just, in rec, you will only be a small forward or a shooting guard. So it's really up to you about where you want to make this position. Because if you, to me, I think being at power forward is just going to be an advantage. You already have a high rebound, so it's not like you're about to get horsed, right? Remember, you're using crash or take already. So, I mean, again, just keep that in mind. It's something to think about. You know, at the end of the day, this is just one of those rare builds that I know of that will basically get every single takeover except for one. Okay, so you'll be able to get every single takeover, even blur, because of course you'll have that with your takeover. Let me see, blue. You need an 85 still. Yeah, you could do that too with your cat breakers. You could do that. Let me see, rim guardian. I probably won't be able to get rim guardian. Oh hell yeah, you can get rim guardian. Low key, you probably could get, you know, every single takeover with this build except for deep bomber. So think about that. Think about that. That's crazy to think about. You'll be able to do that with these cat breakers. So again, y'all let me know in the comment section what to think about that. That's pretty crazy. All right. 2-way high flying cleaner, right? No big weaknesses to report. All right. Now, when you come and take a look at the takeover, the cat breakers, then you really start to see. And it's funny, when I saw Kawhi Leonard, I'm like, yo, like, I can see this as a Kawhi Leonard, very physical, strong type build. Now, obviously with my cat breakers, I would have with specialization that's 15, and then of course this season coming up for level 40 cat breaker, I have 16 cat breakers to work with. Again, it's all about what you have for your cat breakers to work with. But what I would do off rip, right, is I will use 2 cat breakers here to get an 80, right? Then I will go ahead and use these 5 cat breakers here and these 5 cat breakers right here. So that's 10. And again, you'll see right here, that's 69, 70. This is the 82 pass accuracy. So you have an 82 pass accuracy, 86 ball handle, 80 speed with ball, okay, on this build. Remember, it's already just a big juggernaut, okay? So that's 5, 10, 11, 12, and then right here, 13, 14, 15, because that's 8, that's 80, that's 90, 91, 92, 93. So that's 16. So that's 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 16 cat breakers I'm using right there. My driving dunks now are 93. 1, 2, 3, 4. My pass accuracy is 82. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 86 ball handle. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 15, 16 to be able to get that 80 speed with ball. That's how I was envisioning when I was making this build. Because I will, of course, I'm going to make this build, and I'm probably going to make him like Kawhi Leonard, because it is more of a Kawhi Leonard type build. You know, Kawhi kind of does everything. He's one of the greatest 2-ways ever play, but he has the mid-range. He does it all. We're talking like Toronto Raptors Kawhi, not the one that's been dealing with so many knee injuries, whatever. But this build is just, to me, is just going to be absolutely insane. Right? It's going to be a fun build. It's going to be fun to utilize this. It's going to be insane to see the type of ability that you would get with this. But if you only have 10 cat breakers, figure it out. Now, again, I do recommend, worst come to worst, you don't have to get the 80 speed with ball. You can get a 75 to get Zach LaVine, and then you can just go ahead and get 2 cat breakers here to get 75 ball handle, right? So you got that right there already. So that's 4 cat breakers there. I would at least upgrade my pass accuracy a little bit. 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. So I'll at least do 3 cat breakers here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 cat breakers right there. And then, you know, 8, 9, 10, you know, that's 90, 91, 92, 93. You need 11. Like, you can mess around with this and get it, but regardless, This is going to be one of the most intriguing builds that you're going to see this year, and I can't wait to drop a video on this one to give you some gameplay. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Right? Is Uncle Demi truly cooking with grease for this? If y'all think the answer is yes, if you love the video, all I ask is just drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon on the banger, man. You know, when I say back soon on the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.